Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back, another Pawn Masters video, and today we're going to talk about the new Eggmons, right? The new egg event should be out in game, so go to it. I mean, it's free, doesn't even cost you any stamina, right? Go hatch some eggs, folks. Good luck with the egg hatching and all. So over here, we have a few shiny, we have 3 new shinies, right? And 2 new Pokemon. Again, we're not going to talk about the old ones. The 2 old Pokemon are the Abras and Exeggcutes. We've talked about it before, right? You guys know what they are. If you haven't, you can check back on my previous videos on them. I do want to highlight the shiny one, which is shiny Exeggcute, right? The shiny Exeggcute is attack, which is very, very nice because this is one of the strongest Eggmons, right? Because this guy's the hypnosis troublemaker guy, right? That's the tech one. So it's definitely worth going for, especially if you don't have Serena, right? If you don't have Serena, this is fantastic. So you have an troublemaker guaranteed sleep unit. Well, not if the opponent has like a lot of like evasion buffs, it's not like guaranteed, but generally if they don't have too many evasion buffs, 100% sleep, right, which is really nice. And you have pretty good speed too, right? You have like honestly really good speed over here. Not that Affinity Max speed, but 300 something speed with X speed with hypnosis, right? Unfortunately, no accuracy buffs, but again, Troublemaker makes it so that against opponents that don't have too many evasion buffs, you should be able to land every single one of your hypnoses. So yeah, that's the shiny one. So good luck trying to hatch a shiny Exeggcute because again, it's very good. But yeah, that aside, let's talk about some of the other ones over here. The new ones. So let's start with the Farfetch'd. So the Farfetch'd. Let's look at the physical striker one right over here. So let's go max affinity, 5-star stats, so they're a bit more familiar, right? Speed's pretty good. Attacks, okay, right? Not bad. HP's not bad for a striker. Defenses aren't terrible, right? For a striker. They're obviously very terrible for anything else. But as for the moves, you got Peck over here. X attack, +2 attack. Then you got Hang in there, gradual healing, special defense buffs, and then Brave Bird, which you take 20%, 25% recoil. Yeah, Stand Fast 3, which reduces recoil damage. You got Power Reserves 2, which powers up your move at 20% when you're almost dead, and then Headstrong, your attack can be lowered. This is bad. This is straight up bad. You have a recoil move with only Stand Fast 3. You will die. You will die very fast. And the cause of death will be most likely yourself. So Striker Farfetch'd definitely not good at all. Moving on. I mean, you could do some like okay-ish damage with Power Reserve, but like again, you're just gonna take yourself out. Moving on. Support Farfetch'd. Check out the stats at max affinity. Right, so 600 HP with 200 in both defenses. I wouldn't say this is the best, right, for a tank, but it's okay, I guess. You got Peck, X attack all, stand together, aerial ace, and then unbending first aid endurance. This is not too good, right? I mean, it's also not like atrocious bad. This is the shiny, by the way. Shiny one is support, but like you don't buff crit, and what you do buff is +2 defense, +2 speed, and you can't even max out attack. It's just that like these new like free to play like attack supports, right, or semi free to play, depending on what you count as Sawyer, right? Stuff like Sawyer, Scyther, right? Like Scyther is a million miles better, right? Not the Egg Scyther. The Bugsy Scyther, right? Raichu could do that as well, right? Raichu could also buff speed, even though again Scyther does buff speed, but Scyther also buffs you crit, gives you all the other stuff, and then you can max out attack, which again this thing can't. Not that you really need +6 a lot, because you really don't, right? Most time +4 is generally enough. A lot of times +2 is enough, right? But there are some cases where you need it, and then. Yeah, it's not terrible because it gives you speed, which is nice, but it's only like +2 speed total anyways. So yeah, and a lot of people, or not a lot of people, some people sometimes tell me, come on, Post, like these, just tell me which ones are good in comparison to other Eggmons. And I gotta say, I don't really like that mentality, because, and this is why I like comparing Eggmons to like actual units, because I don't want to mislead people, right? I don't want to, hype up an Eggmon so much that someone just dumps all their resources into something that's just not that good, that has another comparable counterpart that is either free to play or a 3-4 star gacha and is sometimes much better, right? Or even if it's just the Eggmon's like slightly better than them, is it really that much worth investing all those resources into it and make it like on par with your other unit? I don't think so, right? I don't think so. Again, if you compare like within Eggmons, obviously you could make anything look good, right? But again, like not there's some Eggmons that could be fine, right? Some Eggmons that could clear 1.5k, master mode without much issue. But again, doesn't make them better than a lot of these other 3-star, 4-star, some gachas or free-to-play units, when those units could also do the same thing and much better, more efficient, and a much better use of your resources in case there's any, much harder battles in the future, right? So that's why I don't really like hyping up Eggmons. So moving on, I think we're on to tech. Yeah, tech Farfetch'd over here in terms of stats. As usual, really fast speed here, right? Nothing else really matters that much. So you have Leer, X speed, keep it up, right? So you can max out your own speed, Leer, and then air slash with flinch. And then you have aggravation, increase the chance of flinching, which is nice, right? Over here, you get a pretty good chance. Foul fighting, pretty useless. You're not trying to do damage to this guy anyways. It's a good flincher. I'd say it's decent. It's a decent unit, right? It's like a free-to-play version of Kukui. Because Kukui, you could Leer, debuff your opponent's defenses, and then you could flinch them, right? So yeah, it's a free-to-play Kukui, I guess. If you really need a Kukui, and you don't have Kukui, right? Or gridded Kukui. I think it's what, 2 out of 5 where you get flinch for Kukui? Yeah, this is definitely an option. Alright, this is definitely an option. So yeah, you could do this if you want. It's not like amazing, but it's definitely a decent replacement, right? Moving on, let's talk about Spearow or Spearow, because I think these guys. Oh no, these go in the alphabetical order of their final evolution. Okay, then Spearow then. All right. This is the shiny one. The striker Spearow is the shiny one. So let's check out these stats. Right. Get these stats up. Getting the same striker stats basically. All right. So I got Peck, X attack, race you. So that's +2 crit, +2 speed, +4 attack, and then drill Peck, which is much better than Brave Bird. Doesn't do as much damage, but also doesn't do as much damage to yourself as well, which is nice. You have Crit Strike 1, Power Reserve 2, Headstrong. This is a decent striker Eggmon, right? Especially if you are having some trouble coming across like, flying type units. Because I mean, what are the flying type options in this game? Flying type damage dealers, because obviously you have blue, evil, to all those stuff, but I'm thinking outside of those, are there any realistic free-to-play flying type options or gacha ones, or 3-4 star gacha ones? I don't think so, right? Yeah, there really isn't. So it's definitely better than Toucanon, I guess. I don't see definitely. Actually, let's see, 345 attack versus how much is Toucanon? 450 or something? I don't remember how much Toucanon's attack was, but Toucanon obviously does more damage on the sink, right? But with Toucanon, you're also just spamming 3 turns of Peck, which is like -5 damage, and here you have Drill Peck, which is 100 at 1 out of 5, which I think is, I think it's probably a positive trade-off, isn't it? But yeah, this is definitely something you could maybe look into if, again, you are having trouble with like flying type units, right? or offensive units. Right? If you don't have blue, don't have even Nate. Honestly, Nate. Yeah, no. Gridded Nate, inertia gridded Nate is better than this thing. All right, Gyarados, Yveltal. So I guess if you don't have those guys, you could use Pharaoh. Right. Moving on. Let's see what else. Support Spearow. Well, the stats are good, the same as the Farfetch'd one, so let's not spend too much time on that. X speed all, keep it up. Drill Peck again. First stage, Shifty Striker 2. Fast Runner. No, just use Swan instead. Swan can also max out speed, also give your team defense as well. On top of having a support 6R EX, on top of having potions instead of just gradual healing for yourself. Right, yeah, Swan is just better. No point, yeah, talking too much about that. Tech, Fearow, we got Leer over here. Drill Peck. Okay, so this is just keeping Drill Peck on all its moves, or on all its versions. Leer, X defense, on my mark. Stam reserves, crit strike 2. Not good. The Tech Farfetch'd. If you want something, if you want a leering unit, Tech Farfetch'd is just probably better. I mean, if you want them for the sake of just leering, and you don't care about flinching the opponent, first of all, just use Nanu. Right? You don't have to invest into it that much. And again, it's just exchanges AoEs, defense debuffs into single target -2 per turn defense debuffs. Right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's better defensively than the other Farfetch'd, right? Not the other Farfetch'd, the other Tech. Right, because this one is faster though. But I mean, they're both 1-gauge spammers, so I don't really care that much. Plus their speed is all decent. If you, again, get 5 stars, right? I don't know. These two are pretty useless moves though. Oh, not these two. This one, foul fighting one. At least like Drill Peck does some damage. But then again, like you're not, unless you're running like a Hilbert or something that's like an Omni like full team buffer, not an Omni buffer, but like a full team buffer, then you're not doing any damage anyways. I don't know. Yeah, I think Farfetch'd is just more valuable just because you have the extra flinch thing over just Drill Peck, which again does more damage, but like who cares? It's not gonna do that much damage anyways overall. So, anyways, that's for this one. I guess hope you all enjoy. Let me guys think of the comments down below. Like this video for our channel for some more Pokemon Masters content. I'll see you guys in the next one. Good luck with your egg hatchings.